Welcome in to game number 2 on match day 1 as we get set to see Mexico taking on Lithuania here at the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament in 2024 from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Fans from Lithuania traveling all the way to San Juan, Puerto Rico. They are out in full force. On the other side, Mexico also making their presence known here in San Juan. A ton of Mexican flags throughout the crowd. There you see the Group A that is here in San Juan, Lithuania. Mexico, Cote d'Ivoire has the night off. They will play the next 2 nights in back-to-back succession. You saw the FIBA World Rankings presented by Nike on the right side. Well, we already saw a Group B game that saw Italy get off on the right foot, defeating Bahrain in game number 1. Lithuania, the other favorites here in this tournament, trying to keep pace as they are introduced to the crowd. Here they are again, no stranger to Olympic success. In fact, here at the Olympic qualifying tournaments, they have won 90% of their games, the highest winning percentage of any current nation playing in the OQTs. However, the last time they were at the OQTs, it was Luka Doncic and Slovenia who sent them home in the finals. They missed out on the Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2021, and that put an end to 7 straight Olympic appearances. Lithuania very hungry to begin a new streak here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That journey starts with a game against Mexico here in Group A. On the other side, Mexico will be competing in their 3rd consecutive OQTs. They haven't been able, in the last 2 appearances, been able to qualify for the Olympic Games. In fact, the last time they were at the Olympic Games was way back in 1976 in Montreal, Canada. Mexico completed in the Summer Games then. This roster full of veterans. This feels like it is the last chance for this core to punch that ticket and make a Summer Games. Plenty of players well into their 30s, but a short trip here to Puerto Rico with some support from their fans. They are hoping they can realize their Olympic dream in 2024. The starting lineups, the opening tip on the other side of the national anthems. incredible energy in and around this building. This the biggest arena of Cholo here in Puerto Rico. The site of game number 2 on match day 1, Group A action, Lithuania and Mexico. The third team on the floor, of course, the officials led by our crew chief, Antonio Conde. The umpires, Christian Baez and Andres Bartel from Spain, Uruguay, and Ecuador. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Carlin Gay alongside former Canadian national team member Javon Shepard. Javon, here is Lithuania, a team that is expecting to make the Olympic Games. It is not something that they're hoping to do.
No, and you know, you look at this roster, we had a chance to watch them practice yesterday, and they're so crisp, they're so precise, so militant with everything that they do. There's no wasted energy, there's no wasted efforts, and I think, you know, they should have those expectations, right? There's a long history, there's a storied, you know, country. You look at, you know, look around us right now in the arena and the fan base that Lithuania has in here, right? They travel for this, they travel, they play with passion. DeMontis Sabonis, right, is the key for them, right? Led the NBA in double-doubles this season with 77, the most since Moses Malone. And I think without Jonas Valanciunas, they're going to play a lot faster with him getting the basketball off the rebound, initiating the offense, pushing that ball up the floor. So it's going to see a different brand of basketball from them, but a talented, a deep group.
Coach Markvitas looks on as he gets set to get his team back to the Olympic Games. They got to take care of business in game number 1. Here's Mexico, a very veteran group, and this feels like their last chance to get it done.
Yeah, you know, they're missing some key pieces to injury, Paco Cruz, Gail Bonilla. But I still do think this team's going to come out with fight, right? They have similar expectations for themselves, right? They're not going to come out here and be complacent and just lay down. And everything is going to be hinged on the back of Paul Stahl, right? He's a veteran. If you had a chance to watch him at the World Cup this past summer, there's 2 things he's going to do. Move the basketball. He was 6 in assists, 7.2 in this past World Cup. But he's also going to shoot the 3-ball. Doesn't take much inside the paint. This past season, you know, 60% of his shots came from the 3-point line. So there's 2 things that he's going to do, and Lithuania's got to get the ball out of his hands because they headed to snake.
Inside a minute before tip, it is the countdown to tip-off presented by Tissot. As we take a look at the fans on hand who have made the trip here to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Some as far as Lithuania, some right around the corner from Mexico. And as we get set for the first game, these 2 teams here in this tournament, this is a very unforgiving tournament. 6 teams, only one moves on to the Olympic Games. You really can't trip up at any point in this tournament. No,
and you know what? You mentioned that can't trip up, and that first game is actually so important. This is right in pool play. You're going to get 2 games right there. And you need one. At the very least, you need one. So, you know, these teams have got to come out and really just establish themselves. I know Mexico playing against a tougher opponent in Lithuania, playing against a bigger opponent in Lithuania. But they can't allow that to intimidate them, right? As soon as that ball is tipped, they've got to have Lithuania on their heels. They've got to play quicker. They've got to play just as intense. And similar to what we've seen in the first game, which Italy did well, is forcing turnovers, right? Forcing deflections and tough contested shots. And that's something that can be in Mexico's control. Doesn't matter who you're going up against, because defensively, there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of communication, everybody playing on a string.
Lithuania wearing the road green uniforms, but you'll hear the eruption from the crowd. There's many sitting in front of us, many sitting behind us, and they are ready to rock. Mexico in the home white, and off we go. They win the tip. Mexico will start off with the basketball going from left to right on your screen. It's Paul Stoll, uses the Ibarra screen. Ibarra inside. Missed the layup opportunity, and here's Sabonis galloping the other way. Sabonis gets deep into the paint. Jokubaitis for three. It's off the mark. Keys to the game for this one. We'll start with Mexico. A team that is giving up a lot of size. What do they have to do to try and negate some of that?
Well, again, Paul Stoff, he's going to be involved in just really keeping that basketball alive. Like you see, they're drawing on the defense. And guys got to knock down shots. Got to be shot ready. Got to just be confident and comfortable taking those shots.
Fabian Jaimez drilling the three to kick things off for Mexico. And as you say, pulling the bigs away from the basket. It's going to be important to make that shot turnover. Here's Jaimez, back to Rodriguez. A quick 5-0 run to start the game for Mexico.
Even goal basketball in transition, and that's what we're talking about, being crisp, right? Being precise. Not much room for error for Mexico.
Dragonis, he'll take the three. Hits the front of the rim. Strong box out by Ibarra inside. Blocking out the leading rebounder in the NBA in Sabonis. It's one and done on the last two possessions for Lithuania. Ibarra banging inside, got deep position and a soft touch.
Coming off of that screen, like you said, deep low post positioning, didn't turn his back, so he caught that basketball and went right up with it.
Not as strict. Paul Stoll doesn't have numbers, so he waits. Fabian Jaimez got away with a walk. Stoll says, let's calm it down. Jaimez, good cut. 9-0 run, Mexico.
Also patient, waiting for that cut to come from the weak side block. And right into an easy layup.
We saw this coming to start the tournament. Jokubaitis wild shot, can't get it to go. Sabonis crushes it home.
Players have so much space, offensive rebound, right back up.
First two of the tournament for Lithuania comes on a Sabonis dunk. Got to keep him off the backboard. I mentioned 77 double-doubles in 82 games this season in the NBA, and another rebound for Sabonis. And this is where Lithuania could be dangerous in the open floor. Sabonis. Mexico doing a good job of getting back. A lot of dribbling down low. Ibarra.
That's tough.
Couldn't stop that.
That is tough. That's around 3 defenders. Right, the patience, just the concentration to finish through the contact and away from the weak side too.
Sedekelskis with his first bucket. And cuts into the lead. It's back to 5-point advantage for Mexico. He's on for three. That's off the mark. We're starting on a 9-0 run. Points drying up for now for Mexico. Jokubaitis at the foul line. Gomez. He's fouled on the rip through.
Good decision there to see Davis trying to force him to go over the screen and just rejects it, picking up the foul. Here you see defense in that right hip. Okay, I'm going to sweep through, pick up the foul. This is intelligent, high IQ play.
It's Rodriguez's first foul, or rather second foul. He stays on the floor. Excuse me, the graphic might be wrong. That should have been his first foul of the game. Rodriguez. Attack out of bounds by Mexico. Stays here, line on the shot. Away from the play foul that time. As Dragonis is trying to make a cut. And he got hit. It's going to reset the shot clock back to 14. Fabian Jaimez that time. Back-to-back baskets now for Sedekelskis.
You set good screens and you're going to get yourself open. Last screener.
Jokubaitis to the rim.
It's a big time play. Set a big screen, get an easy look, now transition. You know, in the open court, you get a tip on the basketball. Jokubaitis gets a steal, gets easy too.
Just like that, a 1-point advantage now for Mexico. How do they respond to this adversity? Ibarra, good up fake.
Savage.
Ibarra has come to play tonight.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
Rolling with a game-high 6 points. Count the basket and the foul. Sedekelskis getting to the line after the layup.
Sedekelskis has made some big plays for Lithuania this last minute and a half. Picks up a steal, open court play, and then now just a cut to the basket as defense falls asleep and gets himself an easy one. Effort plays, right? Didn't draw anything up there.
So after a 9-0 start to this game, Lithuania weathering the storm and an opportunity to tie here at the line on this free throw, and they do. Coach Marquitas didn't even look at the scores table to initially say timeout when his team is down 9-0. That's just the style of basketball they play. Likes to let his team kind of work things up, but also trusting that they'll figure it out.
And that gives your guys confidence, right? If you look over at your bench and your coach shoots rattle, guys going to play rattle. If he's confident, cool, guys going to play similar.
Sabonis crashed in to heat on no call. Dragonis' three is off the mark, and Ibarra with a strong rebound inside. Here's Paul Stoll, the vet, the captain of this team. Showing the handle, Stoll for three! Paul Stoll deep in his bag.
Paul Stoll, would you like his tags?
That's a tough move there on the other end by Dragonis. Just put his head down and laid it up and in. It didn't matter who was in front of him. They were going to get knocked down like a bowling pin. Good spirit to this start. 4:38 remaining in the first period. Game number one for both these teams. Fabian Jaimez already hit a three. They had to come out on him. He drives this time. The floater's not there. Dragonis in transition for three.
That's good transition basketball, right? Take the hands to the floor. As soon as they got that rebound, Lithuania was 5-on-3. Easy basket.
First lead of the game now for Lithuania. So they're on the wrong end of a 9-0 run, and it's also the first triple. Ibarra right to the basket, grabbing himself a quarter.
Great read, great connection. Stoll seen him fake to come set the screen and just roll back to the basket. Caught him on the Sabonis sleeping.
Sabonis banging into Ibarra. He stays down. A tough layup by Sabonis.
That's two big boys.
It's a great matchup. Ibarra right now playing at the high level and matching whatever Sabonis is bringing to the table. Stoll with the no look to the corner. Rodriguez can knock down the three. Navas picks up the rebound. Kokobitis back to Navas.
Again, right now for Mexico, transition defense has to be an emphasis. Again, you get another look for Lithuania, 3-on-2 in transition, and they're going to convert, right? Too good of a team to give them those opportunities.
Going to be Stoll. Ibarra. That's a strong move, and nothing Lithuania could do right now with Joshua Ibarra.
He's the second leading scorer behind Paco Cruz this past summer at the World Cup. Showing exactly why.
Dragonis attacking, counting, and the foul.
Second personal foul, number 10 for Joshua Ibarra.
Foul's going to be called on Ibarra. It's his second, and he's having himself a great first quarter that he's now going to have to sit with the foul trouble.
Stand right here, Dragonis. Down the center of the key. Easy layup. Makes it look easy, because playing through the contact, concentration, steamrolling, similar to how his Panathinaikos team this past season steamrolled the Euro Cup right to championship.
Completes a three-point play. Gives Lithuania a 5-point lead. Without Ibarra on the floor, where does the offense now come from Mexico?
That's going to be, a lot of ball screen action, because you're not going to have the inside presence. Playing off like you see it here, playing off the catch, attacking closeouts. Rodriguez doing a good job getting to the middle of the key, with that spin dribble and a nice float.
Rodriguez taking a lot of contact as he got to the lane, and with that finish, Sabonis barreling through, can't get it to go. Paul Stoll, smallest man on the court, comes away with the rebound. Mexico doing a great job of dealing with the physicality of Lithuania very early on.
They're also initiating it as well. Right, they're not backing down. They know the scouting report. You know that Lithuania is big, they're physical. They're trying to play through contact, and defensively it can be tough. Mexico's beating them.
Jump ball called as Paul Stoll was tied up. Benavides checks into the game, 91 in green. And Modus Maniunas on the floor for Lithuania. Here's the last tie-up here. You talk about physicality. No foul call here. The refs are definitely letting them play.
Well, Stoll lost control of the basketball before it got loose on the floor, so I think that was a great call by the officials. Great no call, rather.
Possession error was in favor of Lithuania. They get possession, and it leads to a Kuzminskis 3. Full court pressure now for Lithuania. That's a foul, and Kuzminskis knows it.
Right, he right away, right? Put two hands on the back of Rodriguez and just look at the officials and put his hands up. And that's rare. Guys rarely look over at the officials and say, you got it right. That was a foul on me. So I'm going to tip my hat, young fella.
Good sportsmanship, some might say. As Lithuania now making subs going deep into their bench. This is where they're so tough. It's just waves and waves of talent playing at a high level. Mexico has yet to really make a sub outside of Ibarra. Foul trouble. Iran, good up fake. And he'll go to the line for 2.
That's what we were talking about before, right? You asked where the offense is going to come from. You get a cross-court pass like that, and you've got to use your quickness to attack closeouts, create an advantage for yourself. If you're on, do a good job landing on 2 before he goes up, tracking the contact. But if you try and beat Lithuania one-on-one, you try and beat Lithuania, putting the ball into the post when you don't have those advantages, too good of a team.
Iran knocks down the first free throw. The captain of this team taking the baton from Paul Stoll, who was a long-time captain. It's now Iran's time to try and lead this team to the Olympic Games. And he's one of the many that is in his 30s. And this could be the last chance he gets to go to the Olympic Games. On 3 off the mark, Gutierrez vacuums in the rebound. Later on, he'll pull for 3. It's way short. Maniunas is in front of him. Might have got a piece of it. Vicious with the drive and floor. And that's going to lead to a timeout for Mexico. 1:08 remaining in the first period. Great pace and energy to this one. As Lithuania have a 6-point lead. Listen in to Omar Quintaro and his huddle. Team Mexico. A second wave in the energy off the bench, provided from the likes of Vicious, who finishes with that floater in the lane. Has given Lithuania a 28-22 lead. They started off on the wrong end of a 9-0 run. Lithuania responded with their biggest run being 8-0. Taking the lead here now with a minute and 8 seconds to play in this first period. After the timeout, let's see what Mexico runs here. Andriassi looking for Stoll. Iran off the pin down. Jaimez jab, the float. Soft touch. Very kind rim here in San Juan. If Fabian Jaimez is going to be able to do that, put the ball in the deck, show and go, that's going to force the bigs of Lithuania to really have to defend.
Yeah, because he can do it off the dribble, he can shoot it, and he has some really good touch, right? So that gives Mexico another dimension. Another guy on the floor that can also control the game, right? Ball stalled, they're on. But if he can put that ball in the hole as well, now you have Ibarra got off to a really good start. Now you have 4 guys that are clicking. You need all guys to be, just operating at the same time, essentially.
These guys have been playing, and the guys, of course, from Mexico have been playing with each other for so long. The core unit has been together. They not only play on the national team together, but some of them playing in club play together as well. And that chemistry is so invaluable when you get in a tournament like this. You don't have to spend time kind of getting to learn people on the fly.
You expedite that process, right? Especially when you have short training camp windows. You expedite the process of getting to know one another. Where does my teammate like the basketball? When does he like to cut? When he's in trouble, right? What are some of his tendencies under duress? So those things right there that don't show up in the box score, don't show up in the stat sheet are extremely important.
A 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And Riassi was looking for Jaimez, who has a mismatch. That's a great cut by Gutierrez, but blows the layup. Gets his own rebound. Shot clock unplugged. Gutierrez goes up and under this time to put it home.
Made up for it with a prettier finish. Got it back under the basket. Right hand, inside hand, other side of the glass.
And that's how we end the first 10 minutes of play. 29-26 your score. Lithuania in front after 1. Let's take a look at the first quarter stats. In a game that has had great energy, great pace, these two teams don't look like they need a warm-up. Here's some of the best pictures from the first 10 minutes of play. If I had to make a prediction, you'll see a lot of Joshua Ibarra, who had a terrific first quarter for Mexico. Ball Stoles had the ball on a string. This is where Lithuania is starting to pick up the pace here and find open looks when they got turnovers.
Consecutive baskets. Might be a mind reader. Got a crystal ball, little broader. It's a bonus there. Had some action early. To your point, Lithuania, they had a couple possessions where they got on in transition. It was 5-on-3, 3-on-2. And the more they can use their size to collect rebounds and create that advantage on the other side, then they can slowly start to blow this thing open. But it's a marathon, right? It's not a race. Mexico's going to continue to fight. A 3-point foul right now.
Scan the QR code on your screen right now and download the app. Courtside 1891, your home for FIBA basketball. Streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Available in the Google Play and Apple app stores. So Mexico able to punch first and really assert themselves here in this game. Can they carry that on to the second quarter as they started off with possession in a 3-point game? Ball Stoles trying to cross the timeline, just does beat the violation. Iran. Fabian Jaimez.
Nice touch here. Like the patience. Another ball screen. A pocket pass, and he's floating that thing out from about 17, 18 feet. Nice, great touch.
Maybe it was 9 points and counting. There's the 5 on the floor for Lithuania. Jaimez got a hand to it. Kuzminskis, great cross. He floats it, hit the back iron. One and done this time for Lithuania. And Riassi. Gutierrez. Man game between Gutierrez and Andriassi. Lead on for 3. Off the mark. Smith gets vacuums in the rebound. And what's the push? Zembias. Lots the screen for Maniunas. Maniunas rolls. Good tag there by Jaimes. And he was able to get back out on the perimeter to contest this shot. Jaimes did a phenomenal job that possession of making sure to stay active and getting the stop as Giron was fouling the open floor.
Well, you mentioned it, right? He went from the tagger to closing out, and with a sense of urgency, covering a lot of real estate to contest the shot. That's all defense. That's what defense is about. I made up my mind. I made up a choice. Not everybody's going to be gifted with great feet. Not everybody's going to be gifted with great length. But if you can make those efforts where I'm in a position where I need to be, where I'm supposed to be, no missed assignments, on the tag, getting out and closing out, on the shoelaces of the shooter, right? You have some really good possessions on the defensive end.
And he's doing it on both ends of the floor. Here he is on offense. Tried to feed it to Gutierrez. That ball was kicked. And will stay here, Mexico possession.
Tight quarters there. He probably should have caught that pass and went right back up a bit. But right now, I'm telling you, between his defensive effort and what he's been doing on the offensive side, he's probably gassed and thinking, I didn't have legs to get up into this shot.
You're wondering where the offense would come from with Ibarra on the bench. It's been Jaimes. And that time, Andriassi, his first 2 on the floor.
Screen to screen, comes off that cleanup screen, just curls Andriassi to the basket and makes a tough play.
Mexico regains the lead. Dimsha. His first touch of the rock. Gets picked. Oh, the foul's going to be called, a late whistle. As Dimsha now holding his right arm. Let's see where it got jammed up. Right there.
Andriassi and Stoll, you got to be very mindful when those guys are around, right? Because they're pesky, they're irritants, they're not going to give you anything. Those guys are hungry for the basketball.
Vicious turns the corner. Takes this side. Vučkevičius right to the basket.
They're all just getting out a little bit late, right? Tagging on the roller, just wasn't able to get out in time to stop the penetration.
Stole deep 3. Off the mark. And a rebound vacuumed in by Tubelis. Vučkevičius up top. Maniunas lays it in. Points in the paint now starting to mountain up for Lithuania. They just bludgeon you inside. That's 24 now points in the paint.
They're shooting 75% from 2.
Good strip. Vučkevičius attacking Gutierrez, using the rim expertly that time to prevent the block.
That's a big time play. As simple as it is, right? He's in transition. Just use that left foot to cut off the defense, trailing, knowing that the defense is bigger, going for the block, but cuts off the angle and finishes on the other side of the basket.
The run gives Lithuania a 5-point lead and leads to a Mexico timeout. 7:15 remaining in the first half. Let's listen in to Coach Quintaro's huddle. Good lead that Maniunas was able to finish. And the steal and layup on the other end, leading to the timeout. And a 5-point lead right now for Lithuania. And into the game for the first time, Karim Lopez will inbound this basketball. Karim Lopez, one of the youngest players on this roster, 17 years old, getting big-time experience here at the FIBA OQTs. You would think at 17 he's the youngest. He's not. He's a 15-year-old on the roster as Stoll tosses it up with the shot clock expiring. Deep shot for three. Off the mark. Lands right in the paws of Gutierrez, but he throws it away, and Stoll is frustrated right now. He wants to be subbed out. But his coach Quintado didn't see it. Can he get that sub in time? Looks like he will. Sabonis back into the game, and as is Sabonis. And here comes Joshua Ibarra, who had himself a terrific first quarter.
Yeah, he's got to pick up right where he left off. Right, start that first quarter, just really establishing himself down low against a big Lithuanian team. He looks a lot bigger and a lot stronger.
Akavicius is on a roll right now, blowing right by everyone for the layup. So quick. Abdagashi trying to return the favor. Bellis getting out there in time. Here's Ibarra, his first touch since re-entering the game. Giron, count it, and the foul. Just a professional scorer, Gabriel Giron.
Attack in right here. This is a bad foul. He's already blown by two hands and push in the back. And now you're just helping him to the basket.
Pound for pound, Giron in the Americas, one of the best scorers. He gets everything out of his frame. Plays as big as he possibly can.
Yep. Really good with angles as well.
6'4" frame is now on his age 36 campaign. Could this be the last time he competes for a chance to play at the Olympics? Dragonis, baseline drive, feeds it inside tight quarters. Tubelis lays it in.
Well, we've got to get some defense between one of the.
Lithuania enters number 13, Rokas Jukubaitis.
.5:11 to play here in the first half. A very spirited game so far. Mexico hanging tight. One of their group favorites in Lithuania. Giron with the cut. Ibarra tried to find him. Goes out of bounds.
The right idea right there, right? Just got to lead the pass a bit more to the basket. But again, if you're going to use Lithuania's aggression against him, that's the perfect way to do it. Rise everybody up above the free throw line, get some backdoor cuts, easy looks at the basket, and loosen up the defense.
It'll be Sabonis. Jukubaitis back into the game. Turns the corner. A wild drive was stripped. Good hands there by Mexico. They're asking for the unsportsmanlike, and they don't get one.
First, personal foul number 10,
Tubelis picks up the foul. It's the third team foul here in the quarter. Novas in the game. There's Tubelis picking up the foul, and it was very borderline, could have been unsportsmanlike.
And I think the officials are going to take a look.
They're definitely going to discuss it and now take the look. Whether or not this is an unsportsmanlike foul. We'll get an opportunity to eavesdrop in, so let's do that.
Until we finish the review. So he has to enter. He has to re-enter. Yeah? Okay, the one who entered and another one who goes. So you were center, referee. You came with me.
The last play is under review by Mexico team.
This is a head coach challenge by Mexico. We are going to review if the contact meets the criteria of the unsportsmanlike foul. So show me my speed. It's a normal action. Basketball, show me tight camera. There is nothing extra. He just tried to reach the ball, and after there is, because he extended, and there is nothing special. Yeah, we cannot see any extra contact to consider this not normal action in basketball. He just did the ball, and after there is an extra contact, but there is nothing grabbing, continuously grabbing to go to the hand corner. So we stay, we confirm. Yeah. So after the review, and a conclusive review, contact didn't meet the criteria of an unsportsmanlike foul. We stay with normal foul. Okay. Number 10 green. Okay. Sideline. Yeah, I will report, and then we have a substitution. It's normal foul, and then we have substitution.
So the great axis with the official mic'd up. Antonio Conde walking us through what he was looking at in that review. Nothing doing in the review for him to see sportsmanlike foul. So it's just a common foul. And Mexico basketball, they'll inbound.
Andreas sold that play because I was sitting over here thinking this is for sure, most certainly going to be an unsportsmanlike. I got another look. Great job by the officials and camera work. Nothing there.
Liassi gave it away. Dragonis not afraid to pull up in transition. He waits for his teammates to join him. Sabonis draws two, puts it up anyway. And they're on with a strong rebound inside.
Sabonis been quiet. 4 points, 5 rebounds.
He's been battling that man right there, Ibata. And since returning to the game now, Ibata has thrown the ball away a couple of times.
And you know what, I see what he's looking for. Right, he has the right intent, but both times he's just put a little bit too much on the pass.
It's good that he's being unselfish, but played his best when he was selfish. Going back to that won't hurt.
Got to get himself
close his half.
Back to the basket, right? Get back under the rim. He's playing a lot on the perimeter right now. He's not going to take any threes, right? They're playing off him.
Put some pressure on Sabonis to have to defend as well. Dragonis pulls up for 2. It's a nice little screen there by Sabonis to free him up.
He also knows he's got the young buck on him. It's my time to shine.
Get on. Surveys the D. On. Finds the crease and puts it in.
I think he just took what the defense gave him, right? They're sitting on that high hip. There's 4 defenders on that right side of the floor. I don't know how he got between them, but like you mentioned, he's a professional scorer, finds a way.
Dragonis with 7 to shoot. The jab step and Lopez touching earth. Dragonis drills the 3 in his grill. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Still back on the floor. Ibata, aggressive. Unable to finish as it's tapped off the rim. Dragonis for 3. Largest lead of the game now for Lithuania.
Dragonis, that's a quick 8 points for him. 2 threes. That one in transition right there, great rhythm. You got the young fella on him, the 17-year-old. Just welcome him to the big boy game. Tabata, great inside touch, but concentration and defense here, tipping the ball off of the rim, clean, no goaltend. FIBA, that ball's off of the rim, it's live. Here you see in transition, rhythm shot, great rotation.
And a 12-point lead now for Lithuania. Here's Stoll. Excuse me, that's Jaimes, who's back on the floor. Jaimes, tough shot, can't get it to go. Ibarra was held as he was trying to grab that offensive board, so we'll stay here.
Jaimes, you know, tough shot there, but sometimes you got to get into your offense to force an advantage, right? Get the defense to shrink a bit. Go one-on-one at that size, it's going to make it that much more difficult on him.
That foul putting Lithuania over the limit, so Ibarra will toe the free throw line. Here with 2:23 remaining in the first. Ibarra drills the first free throw. What a breakout so far in this game. You mentioned what he did at the World Cup. Close to 18 points per game was just phenomenal playing at the World Cup last year. It seems that he's even gotten into better shape than what he was at that point in time.
And understanding, right? He's probably more familiar with the intensity and the quality of play that he's going up against. I don't think if a guy like that gets in, you know, loses 10 or 15, that's really going to impact or make his game that much better, right? His size is his strength right now.
I always wonder how players develop going around to different leagues. He's played in Venezuela this past year. That's a good kick and a three drilled by Rodriguez. Mexico reduces the lead back to 7.
6 assists for Paul Stoll.
That's what he does. Rodriguez with the block.
Playing some defense.
Doing it on both ends of the floor.
Stoll, every time he gets the basketball, just giving direction, the leader of this team.
Certainly seen it all. A little upset that Giron didn't pull the trigger on that shot. Ibarra banging down low on Sabonis.
That's what you want, right? Make or miss. That is exactly what you want. Like getting your back, dipping your shoulder, and getting to the rim.
Giron was actually trying to take a take foul. No whistle blows. That's the type of game we've had so far in the first, and I love it. Now the foul comes.
Again, he's getting a little chippy.
Now the foul comes. So I know that's banging with Giron. Giving up a lot of size.
Giron taking his ground, right? Not giving up nothing easy.
Ibarra will hit the bench now with 1:06 remaining here in this second period. And the youngster Lopez back on the floor, 17 years old. He was getting targeted the last time he was on the floor. Let's see how he's been able to adjust to close this half. Stoll took a shot to the chops. He's still down in the paint. 3 on the way, no good. Stoll still on the floor, finally peels himself off the deck.
He's all right now, he's on offense.
That's how it works.
Get on offense, everything feels better.
Rodriguez has had it going the last couple of possessions. That floater was pretty.
Attacking closeout, Stoll, the horn set, strong side kick out. Rodriguez attacking those closeouts to his left. And again, a nice finish, nice float.
25 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Gobaitis, he's been quiet. Looking to penetrate. Sabonis faces, up fake, kicks. And that's a strong foul. A lot of contact inside. Looks like it's going to be on Fabian Jaimes. Delgas looked like he was going to go up and throw it down.
And he went up to go make a statement. You always tell guys, go to finish strong, right? Leave with a foul or a basket. This was one of those takes. He could have went up lackadaisical and, you know, gave you a finesse floater or one of the young guys these days, Euro step, those fancy footwork finishes. But no, he went up there, went up to make a statement, and now he ends up with 2 at the strike.
Gutierrez will sit. I'll bring back Ibarra for the final possession, assuming the game possession of this basketball with 12.7 remaining in the first half. First free throw is through. Points and counting now for Sadakeskis. Make it 9. Lead back to 7. Enough time to get a good look. Who do you go to here on this possession if you're Mexico?
Well, you got to go full court with Stoll and let him create something. Guys be ready to shoot the basketball. I'd imagine it might be going right back to James.
Ibarra sets strong screen. They get the switch. Ibarra rolls to the basket. Got it off in time, and it goes. An incredible first half for Josh Ibarra. And is there an assist that Paul Stoll does not have for Mexico in this first half?
8 assists.
Incredible.
Paul Stoll up there 14. And he gets that basketball, goes the length of the floor. And it wasn't James that gets it, but Ibarra rolling to the basket between 2 defenders, tight quarters, tight space, dropping it down. I don't know how he made this play, but good catch, good finish. 0.3 of a second, inside hand. Show me some roll.
Got it off in time. 49-44, your halftime score. Take a look at the halftime stats, and in the background, enjoy some of the best entertainment here Puerto Rico has to offer. Mention the assists. 14 assists for Mexico. They're moving the rock, but it's a lot of Paul Stoll finding players in position to just make easy decisions.
Yeah, and he's making the right plays, keeping his guys comfortable in scoring positions, getting them to rock where they want it. Ibarra with 12 points, James with 9 points, Rodriguez 9 himself. But that's what you want, especially from your point guard. He's not going out here and trying to, get up a number of shots. So we're trying to get his. He's getting guys involved. He's got to continue to finish it, doing it inside. Got to get some outside shots knocking down too.
Key players head-to-head so far. Sabonis had a couple of nice plays to start the game and then went quiet. He still has 4 points, 5 rebounds. Paul Stoll just orchestrating the offense for Mexico, putting up 44 points. Still a 5-point game, though, in favor of Lithuania.
The good thing for Mexico, Sabonis has had a quiet half. The bad thing for Mexico is that Sabonis has had a quiet half.
And they still lead.
And they still lead, and who knows what he's going to come out in that second half and do.
One of the questions many ask coming into this game is how will the opposing teams deal with the size and inside presence that Lithuania has to offer? So far through 20 minutes, Mexico's saying, hey, hasn't been too much of a problem for us.
Well, the real story is going to be in the second half, because you talk about the size, you talk about the physicality of Lithuania. Well, you also got to talk about the depth, right? There's really no drop-off. I feel like Mexico gave probably their best punch early in this first half. Can they maintain that level of intensity? Can they maintain that level of efficiency? It's still to be seen that second half, but we do know that Lithuania will be able to sustain and play that same brand of basketball, because if they go 10 deep, every one of those guys are going to come in playing as physical, as tough, as savvy as their first 5.
If you're Coach Quintado, you have to be happy with the effort that you got from Mexico in that first half. Even with the foul trouble with their leading scorer, Ibarra, they're still able to be within striking distance, and the pace of the game has helped them a little bit as well to get into their offense quicker and not be in a half-court game that Lithuania will dominate.
Yeah, I think what he would want to see is coming out in the second half is a little bit more defense, with Mexico shooting 56%, right? So they've got to come out and make a choice. They're making a decision there. Got to get some deflections, got to get some stops.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin,
basketball
can bring everyone together.
Basketball for good.
Nice play, finds way Gabriel, and the king of South Sudan again with the rim rocker. Juba Airlines one more time.
Schroeder gets in, he goes fast. I don't think they were ready for that. And the blinding speed of Dennis Schroeder.
Holding on, he'll give it to his buddy. What a knob! Hey, remember the name. Doncic hits Horvat. No, it's blocked. Exum there on the read. Mills, extra pass, gives it to the guy with the big block.
Well, he does it with the spectacular save at one end, and then trailing down, Patty Mills finds him for the two-hand stuff.
Petrusa gets in for the dunk. What a great move. Shea turns. Alexander Walker goes in for the rim rocker. Schroeder goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Wagner gets in. A little bit of elevation. Oh, Cressida, what are you doing? And the alley-oop! And Banchero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer.
What do you call this?
Between the legs, alley-oop pass.
Yes! I love it, Jeff. Yes!
I'm sure you can have something better.
On to Bogdanovic. Turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovic, Troika, Troika, Troika. Well, coach, it may be Troika time. He's made the three-pointer. Then going into the halftime break with a 2-point lead.
Oh, a good miss. The USA got it. Bridges from the corner. You have got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bridges does the unthinkable. Ties the game. 0.2 seconds left.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
It's been a great first half here in game number 2 of match day number 1. Lithuania taking on Mexico, 49-44 your score. And Grigonis, 16 first half points for Lithuania. He's put on a show to start and picked up the slack for Sabonis, who has been quiet.
Yeah, he's just taking what the defense is giving him. You look at the baskets that he does have, the attacks at the basket, the open, threes in transition. Here, defense is going under the screen. He's stopping and popping. Simple game, but efficient game. Young fella, gotta get up, young fella.
17-year-old Lopez touching the ground that time on that Grigonis highlight. As we take a look at the spray chart for Grigonis, 6 of 9 from the field, doing it from all over, a little inside and outside as well.
Outside, spreading the wealth.
the other side, top scorer for Mexico, well, it's been Joshua Ibarra. His spray chart going to look a little different. Both feet deep into the paint.
You want to see him stay right here, right? First quarter, he really dominated down low, and you think, whoa, this was a force. Got away from that, but to start this second half, I want to see him right around the basket. He has really good feet, really good hands for finishes. He has a point guard that's going to be looking for him, dropping it off right here, catching it between 3 defenders. A lot more of Ibarra with the basketball in the paint, and just continue to impose yourself, continue to impose your size.
Here's the finish to end the second quarter. Just got it off in time. Shirt grab was fouled. It didn't matter. Ibarra has been a load for Mexico. 12 points and counting for Ibarra, as you see a lot of it inside the charge circle. He only took the one shot outside of it and missed it. And he could have done more damage had he not gotten into foul trouble. 2 quick fouls in the first period had him sit for an extended period of time. But leads the way for Mexico, and as his inside game could potentially open up some perimeter shots here in the second half if they're dealing with him in
so much
interior.
Because if Lithuania is going to play him one-on-one, I think like those are matchups that he can win. Now when you make that adjustment and you're setting 2, or at least you're shrinking, maybe not setting 2 for a double, but you're shrinking the floor a bit more, now you have time to zip that ball out, and shooters got to be ready. Those 4 guys on the perimeter got to be ready. Just tee that basketball up and let it fly confidently.
Here's the game leaders for Lithuania. Grigonis, we talked about him, 16 points. Sabonis, a rebounding machine. Get used to seeing that. He's going to lead the rebounding category throughout the entire FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And then 4 assists for Jokubaitis. Very quiet 4 assists for Jokubaitis, Spartan point guard, who had a terrific year in the ACB with Barcelona this season. On the other side, get an opportunity to take a look at the game leaders. Oh, deep diving once again, and Grigonis efficient, 67% from the field. Only the 1 assist. So the jump shot is falling to continue to shoot. On the other side for Mexico, get an opportunity to take a look at their game leaders. We talked about Ibarra leading the team and scoring with 12. Iran using his size to get the 4 rebounds, and then 8 assists and counting for Paul Stoll. That's normally what players average per game. Stoll has done that in a half.
This shouldn't come as a surprise. World Cup this past summer, he averaged 7 assists, right? So this is one of those games where he's done this in a half. He could be seeing a 16 assist game.
As long as his team continues to make shots, we can very well get there. There's Josh Ibarra, 12 points, 3 boards. Had the foul trouble, still playing with 2 fouls. It's important for him not to pick up that 3rd one early here in the second half. He's done a good job of making Sabonis work on both ends of the floor, both offensively and defensively. Hasn't been afraid of playing physical.
See, I want to see if Lithuania is going to make any adjustments with Paul, because obviously Ibarra is putting the basketball in the hole, but Paul's got to get it over half and then initiate that offense, orchestrate the offense and get it to him. Right, with those 8 assists, it's clear that Lithuania has to get the ball out of his hands and force somebody else to make the decisions, force somebody else to get the team in position to score.
So as we count down towards the second half, reminder, you can join in on the conversation using the hashtag FIBAOQT. Fans from all over the world as they continue to watch this here from Puerto Rico. And there's more than a sprinkling of Lithuanian support here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, as those fans have traveled here to the Caribbean. This is the first time Lithuania has had to play an Olympic qualifying tournament outside of Europe. And here they are, and their fans decided, you know what, Puerto Rico's a cool spot. Let's take the trip and bring the energy.
not a bad trip. You get some good food, you got seaside, good people, good weather. Not a bad one to take the trip and try and punch your ticket to Paris.
And great basketball so far through one half. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. Courtside 1891. Your home for FIBA streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Stay up to date with all that is happening, not only here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, but the 3 other FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments in Europe. Saw Croatia do away with Slovenia today. A shock. Blowout win for them. You wonder now how Slovenia will have to respond after making the Olympic Games in 2021. Essentially, they can't lose from here on out.
No.
One of the most unforgiving tournaments, the toughest ticket is to grab one of the last 4 and make it to the Olympic Games. Some might argue that going through the World Cup isn't easy either. Start of the second half underway. Lithuania basketball, they go from left to right on your screen. They lead 49-44 here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Rogonis, the leading scorer of the game, picks up right where he left off as he drills the 3. And you see the 5 on the floor for Lithuania. Mexico started the game on a 9-0 run. Lithuania responded with an 8-0 run of their own. Took the lead. It's been back and forth since. Right now, Lithuania in control of the game. We've had 3 lead changes. The game was tied twice in the first 20 minutes of play. Fabian Jaimes. Ibarra once again turns it over. That's his 3rd opportunity to find a cutter, and he couldn't. Lokovitis is fouled by Jaimes, and now Mexico in trouble now with the fouls.
Ibarra again with another turnover there, but still had the right idea. And mentioned before, you can see on that last turnover as well, just leading the cutter, right? Leading them 2 more strides as opposed to throwing it where, you know, where the defense's hand is.
Lokovitis. Kevicius for 3.
Lithuania's come out this half a bit more intentional.
They have, and they put more size with Kevicius on Paul Stoll.
Yep.
Stoll, Kevicius tied up. Stoll, and Kevicius now chatting. Don't let Paul Stoll's size fool you. He's one tough dude. They're still drawing. That'll be Stoll. Crossing over. Stoll for 3. Got a little too excited. He's talking to Kevicius on the way back down the court. Rogonis to the basket.
Oh, he's tortured. He's tortured right now. And he catches that basketball and lets the defense just shift. It's still rotating, still scrambling. And then the attack to the left hand. Great outside finish, protects himself with the left hand. Lays it lightly.
An 8-0 run to start the second half by Lithuania with 8:37 remaining in the 3rd. A quick timeout for Coach Quintado. And we'll have the opportunity to listen in to the Mexico huddle.
Keep the composure, okay? Let's go USA! USA para ellos. Try and get it deep, bro. Like here. Hey, 2-3 dribbles. Take the motherfucker to the hole, okay? Hey, the next possession. Let's go horse side. Atácalo. Tiene 2 fouls. Es Grigonis. Hey, Paul, te vienes directo. And we play the style with Karim here, 4-5, okay? And come up. ¿Sí? Listo. Hey, y lo atacas, Dale.
fans who have traveled here to San Juan, Puerto Rico from Lithuania, enjoying what they've seen to start this second half, an 8-0 run. And Grigonis has really taken over this basketball game. A game-high 21 points, leading the way for Lithuania. This the largest lead of the game now at 13 points. How does Mexico respond coming out of the timeout? Still plenty of time in this game. But the size they've now put on Stoll, that's the one adjustment they made, and it has affected the way he's been able to get into sets.
And not only adding the size, but the toughness, the aggression that they're playing. About there. Now that was the connection that you're waiting for. Leading Rodriguez to the basket, make the play, make the layup.
Great set coming out of the timeout. Now can they get a stop? Midas for three, indeed. The lead is 14. Stoll. Inside, Iron backing down. Foul is called before the shot's on the floor. So it will be Mexico basketball with the shot clock reset to 14.
Third personal foul number 40, Marius Grigonis.
Deep shot will check in, number 33, Farina for Grigonis. Last three by Yogobitis. More tension being played now that Grigonis. That's just opening up more opportunities for the others.
Sets, movement. And I like how they're keeping the basketball alive on the ball screens, dragging out to help.
Tough pass there by Rodriguez. Threw it into traffic. It's a turnover. Sabonis. Hard turn, and it's a layup. And Bukavicius gets it to fall and extends the lead to 16.
You know, does a great job turning the corner, but look how, you know, he's defending out in the open court, right? Aggressive, using that length. Mexico can't get into their offense comfortably right now.
Iron with a nice cut and kissed it off the window.
They've got to work for it. They're on good finish at the basket at bottom. Another good pass, 2 consecutive passes. I guess he's learned that I've got to lead. I've got to make a crisper look for these guys to get attacks at the basket.
Midas had that strip from behind by Paul Stoll, 12 on the shot clock. Dimsha. Here's Sabonis. Barreling in, it was blocked by Jaimes. Play continues, no take foul. Rodriguez, Ibarra rumbling to the basket.
That's tough. That's tough. He catches it on the move and just skilled enough, put that ball on the floor so he doesn't travel, get the defense slightly up in the air off the feet, and he goes up for his 2.
They clear the floor here for Sabonis, working on Ibarra. That's a tough move. Nothing Ibarra can do with that. Sabonis asking for a foul call. Officials have been letting them play on both sides. And as soon as I say that, they blow the whistle. It's the 4th team foul here in the 3rd now for Lithuania. And if you're Mexico who's struggling to find some rhythm offensively, you got to attack right now.
Got to attack right there. That's your answer. 6 minutes left, right? Want to get yourself to the free throw line and just keep attacking.
Iran does just that. Defend off. Jaimes with his floater, left it short. Lithuania on the run. Dimsha for 3. Indeed.
And he knew it. As soon as that shot went up, he was already on his home run trot back on defense.
Mexico on the wrong end right now of an 18-6 run by Lithuania. They've come out here to start this second half with a different level. Jaimez back to the basket. A series of moves. Ibarra outside the paint, tries one. That ball hit the back iron and fell wrong. Counted on the foul on the other side as Paul Stoll couldn't come up with a strip. And Lithuania rolling right now.
Well, the thing that Lithuania is doing on the defensive end is they're going to keep fouling you, right? The officials can't call every foul. So they're going to play through it. They have depth, they have toughness, and they're just going to keep beating you down, and beating you down. And what happens? Ref miss one, ref misses two. Mexico starts to get worn down. Now you're getting turnovers. Now you're getting rebounds. Now you're getting down and running on the other side and getting some easy transition.
So Mikelskis at the line for the and one opportunity. Lead is 20. Avalos, number 5 in white, the first time he sees forward. Iron, 10 to shoot. Ibarra with the screen, rolling to the basket. Iron pulls, can't get it to go. Another rebound for Sabonis. And he leads to break the other way. Good ball fake, Sabonis inside. Lithuania now, rolling.
You can see Lithuania just getting bigger and stronger, right? You see the depth. You see how conditioned they are. Only 6 points for Mexico to Lithuania's 23 in this third quarter. Shots are short, turnovers not as crisp.
Ibarra had that squirt out of his hands. Lithuania running again. Dimsha inside to Sabonis. Another layup.
Wearing you down, right?
The green machine flexing its muscle right here in San Juan, Puerto Rico as they extend the lead to 24. And Coach Quintano calls for time. 4:20 remaining in the third quarter. We'll listen in to the Mexican huddle. Lithuanian supporters who have made the trip here to San Juan, Puerto Rico, beginning to have a good time with a 24-point lead, and it's been a lot of runouts the last couple of possessions. This last finish here inside by Sabonis, making it look easy.
They're about losing the basketball, and this is where Lithuania has been good, getting on transition, sharing the basketball. Sabonis just crafty, Stoll too small.
Well, if Mexico are going to respond out of the timeout, they have to be creative here offensively. Stoll is off the basketball. Iron now has Stoll on the rock. Dimsha watching him. Stoll throws it up. Ibarra thought he had a lob opportunity, but I think the ball was tipped on its way over to him. And that's a turnover. It's a small adjustment by Lithuania at halftime, putting more size on the ball.
Just to get more size, and they didn't just rely on the size. They were getting into Stoll, right? He wasn't able to get into the offense or initiate the offense 30 feet out, right? Earlier in this first half was at the three-point line where he was doing a lot of his work.
Stoll coming up with the strip, diving to the ground. A battle between he and Dimsha. And they're going to call a foul on Dimsha as he got on Stoll there.
Second personal foul, number 33, Thomas Dimsha.
Here's a look at it. Stoll aggressively going to the ground, then looking for help, and Dimsha attacking him. That looks like two players going for the basketball.
Going for it. Well,
a bad foul here.
Fortunately for Mexico, right? They're in the bonus, so for the next 3:48, they're going to be shooting free throws. And that tells me attack, 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 gets to the rack. Ibarra touched the ball down low. With every one of the perimeter players, as soon as that ball touches their hands, they've got to be in attack mode.
So Paul Stoll at the line drills his first.
Get a chance to put 2 on the board, but also now set up your defense 5-on-5. First, you got to finish your breakfast first, knock down that second one.
Especially when you're trying to dig yourself out. A 23-point hole as Sabonis was rolling to the 10. And they're going to call a foul as he was on his way to the hoop. Sabonis will take a rest and make way for Moniunas and Kuzminskis.
Sabonis checks out with 8 points, 7 rebounds. Relatively quiet night for him so far, and still flirting with a double-double.
Moniunas sets a hard screen. And Lakavicius with the layup.
Vicious, he gets that basketball, just explodes, turning that corner off of that screen, off that handoff.
It's a good change of pace guard coming off the bench with that speed. Iran's 3 not there. He'll get his own miss. And a fresh 14 for Mexico. He's open again for a second. Stoll looking to dance here. Kick to the corner. Avalos left it short. Beam shot. Ready to run out and pull for 3. Can't get it to go. Moniunas couldn't corral the rebound. It's going to go the other way. A very tough stretch for Mexico in the first 7 minutes of this period. They only have 7 points on the board. But this next 2:55, they got to find some momentum to head into the fourth with something.
Well, the big problem, too, is, yes, they're not scoring only 7 points thus far in this quarter, but they've also given up 27 points through the first 7 minutes. So you've got to find 2 things you got to do is find a way to get some stops, and when you're getting the ball off of the rim as opposed to through the basket, give yourself a chance.
Ball stole the rare shot, and he drills the 3. That should help. Stoll doesn't really look for his offense unless he has to. As Lakavicius' 3 off the mark. Olanaves with the rebound. Lakavicius, Moniunas right back to him.
Lucas Lakavicius.
Stoll looking for the screen from Gutierrez. Gutierrez rolling. Counted in the foul.
I thought Kuzminskis did a good job on that weak side, coming over and tagging physically, right? Just not allowing Gutierrez to roll directly to the basket. Gutierrez good catch and good finish, playing through the contact, that tag on that weak side.
Soft touch from the big man. But unable to complete the 3-point play. That's back-to-back free throws missed. And to your point, you can't miss free throws in a game like this when you're trying to dig yourself out of the hole.
I mean, they're free.
Lakavicius for 3. Wanting that pull-up jump shot. Hasn't fell for him the last 2 opportunities, but it doesn't matter because the cleanup there by Servitas gets Lithuania to 80. Minute 35 remaining in the third. Andriassi. Avalos. Stoll call for it and got it. The no look, Andriassi. He'll take a deep 3 and drill it. Mexico's starting to find some rhythm offensively, but defensively haven't been able to get a stop. There is a stop as Moniunas left it short. The offhand jumper. Stoll turns the corner, draws 2. The tag by Moniunas, finding his man. Leaf stolen Jalen. Legassi on the floater. Can't get it to go. Strong rebound. Navis driving up the floor, and it's going to be a finish by Kuzminskas. Legassi bumped. Can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2. Transition buckets now starting to mount up for Lithuania. 24 fast break points here. We still have a quarter to play.
Yeah, the way Lithuania is playing is it's a 40-minute game. Right? They're not just trying to blow you out in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. What they're doing is beating you down, wearing you down, and with that, you can see, just look at the body language of Mexico. Guys are hugging their shorts. Guys are looking around, don't really want the basketball. Right? Paul Stoll checking out right now, so for the next 21 seconds, somebody's got to figure it out for Mexico, handling the pressure. But with that, Lithuania is just, how many times have we seen them get out in transition with the 5-on-4, the 4-on-3, the 2-on-1s, touch passes, finishing around the rim. They're so physical on one side, on the defensive side, but on our offensive side, there's a lot of finesse in how they move the basketball.
Legassi goes and makes those free throws, and we have a little bit of history right now. Kuzminskas is being guarded by Isaac Perez, the youngest player to play the FIBA OQTs. 15 years old. He will not turn 16 until the fall.
Second personal foul number 25, Israel Gutierrez.
What were you doing when you were 15?
Playing some video game, and I probably should have been in the gym.
Yunis is grabbed underneath by the other youngster on the floor for Mexico in Karim Lopez. He's 17 years old.
Hillcrest director said he's the best big man I've seen in person at his age. Who was also there to see DeAndre Ayton. All right, so that is some huge, kind words and some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, you mentioned Hillcrest Academy in Arizona. That's where Perez will be attending school, high school that is. A long pass, Lopez couldn't get it off in time. Ball was still in his hands, they waved it off. And that's how we end the third quarter. 83-61, Lithuania in front after the first 30 minutes of play.
Nuestro pasaporte digital y consigas todos los sellos en tu aventura, nuestra aventura Puerto Rico. Así que nos preparamos, muchachos. 3, 2, 1, llévatelo, DJ.
Everybody get on your feet and get on the band.
Here are the stats from the first 3 quarters of action. It's been all Lithuania as they have the big lead heading towards the fourth. Best plays from the third quarter. The Green Machine rolling. And Dragonis leading it.
Off of the screen, into that right hand. Touch pass, great connection. Finishing at the rim. Some good ball move. We've seen some good ball movement both games today.
I mentioned the first game, one that Italy won. They made 45 field goals in that game. 39 of them were assisted. Unbelievable play from Italy. And the other squad that most believe have a real shot of making it out of Puerto Rico or the ticket to France is here right now. And they have a big lead in Lithuania, 83-61 after 3 quarters of play. Mexico still with plenty to play for. Momentum is really what you're starting to think of. Chip away at this lead, get it to within 10, and maybe you have a shot to close this fourth quarter.
Get it to within 10. But first, it's got to start with defense, right? That attention, that focus got to be on that end because Lithuania, 34 points in that third quarter. Right, they had their best quarter. And as the game is going on, you can just see they're getting more physical. it seems like they're even getting bigger on the court, but that's just because they're confident. They're turning you over. So Mexico's got to, accept it and just acknowledge that, hey, they're pressuring us, right? There's some intensity here. There's some physicality here. What are we going to do with it? What is our response going to be?
Fourth quarter underway here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament 2024. 6 teams battling for just one spot. And a trip to Paris in the Olympic Games. Mexico in the white uniforms going from right to left, and they have the basketball. 8 seconds to shoot here. Great pass, Gutierrez able to slip through, and Andreassi found him.
That happens when you keep cutting to the basket, right? Don't stop short. Found himself open under the rim. Defense falls asleep. You get yourself 2.
5 on the floor on your screen as Kuzminskis bumping inside for a bucket.
16 points per game for Kuzminskis. 30 games for Ike Athens this season.
And a very tough league in Greece.
Physical. Another big league.
And very tough atmospheres to play on the road as Kuzminskis now with the rock. Bounce pass inside, and the foul is called as Servitas was bumped.
I would love to sit in Lithuania's training camp, right? Because they get out here and they beat up every team that they play against. Now, in training camp, are they beating each other up just as much? Because this looks like it's a wrestling match when you play against Lithuania.
It's that style of play, and it doesn't matter who's wearing the jersey. It's just the way they do it.
And don't forget, they're missing probably their biggest warrior in Jonas Valanciunas. Congrats to him. Just signed another deal. He keeps on ticking, right? Signed another deal with Washington Wizards. Free agency, NBA free agency.
The reason why he's not playing in this tournament right now with Lithuania, he was a free agent and wanted to secure his future in the NBA prior to next year. If Lithuania is able to go through to the Olympic Games, there's a good chance Valanciunas joins them. He's a big part of this program and has been for quite some time. Fresh 14 for Lithuania. Here's another big part of the program who has been with them for quite some time, and Maniunas, who just missed on the floater. 5 on the floor right now on your screen for Mexico. Lopez. Andreassi crossing over. 3. If that's in his bag, he's going to be a problem. Yeah. That was a tough move and a tough shot. Navas, he'll tee up a 3 and hits. It looks awkward coming off of his hand, but he can definitely hit the 3. Rodriguez. Gutierrez. Andreassi for 3, can't get it to go. And Maniunas vacuums in another rebound. Here's Kuzminskis. He'll pull in transition. Can't get it to go. Navas was fouled by Andreassi. Frustration foul that time, it seemed, where Andreassi thought he should have blocked out a little better to get that offensive, or get that rebound.
Number 7, Moises Andreassi, sub for Lithuania, enters number 10, as well as Tubelis.
Bellis into the game now for Lithuania, 10 in green. Maniunas. Makavicius. To Bellis for 3. Indeed.
Maniunas rolls to the basket so hard that it forces the defense to shrink in and just bump him, and then you get that weak side cross-court pass for the open 3.
Fabian Jaimes fires a pass over to Rodriguez, and he stepped out of bounds. Will go the other way.
Sub for Lithuania enters number 11.
In our first game, Bahrain and Italy, Bahrain really talked about in the post-game press conference taking care of the basketball better than they did in the loss. I would imagine, speaking about the future, that Mexico might have some of the same adjustments going in to game number 2 for them against Cote d'Ivoire.
Basketball is so valuable, right? And then when you think about turnovers, and Mexico has 13 here today, that also impacts the field goal attempts and opportunities that you have at the basket. Right now, Lithuania has 10 more shot attempts than Mexico. And a lot of that is, yeah, one is offensive rebounds, but you combine that with turnovers, and you're giving yourself more opportunities. The more opportunities you have to score the basketball at this level, these guys are going to knock down shots, and even if they're having a tough night, at some point it's going to fall.
Julian Alves was grabbed as he was trying to make the cut across the lane, and Adriassi will pick up another foul. So that's the 4th team foul now for Mexico in this quarter. Lithuania will be at the line the rest of the way. Bonus back into the game, as is Dragonis. There's an air ball tossed up by Tubelis. And Paul Stoll will gallop back the other way. Stoll's fouled. Only the first team foul here for Lithuania in the period.
Second personal foul number 43, Lucas
Lekavicius picks up his second foul. And he'll exit. Jokubaitis will replace him. Jokubaitis still very young, just 23 years old. The future at the point guard spot for Lithuania. Ibarra's shot, a late whistle, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. It looks like Sabonis is going to be burdened with the foul. Coach Markvidas looks on. Not too animated on the sideline.
No, I had a chance to talk to him yesterday, and he's just actually just really cool, really calm. Despite how Lithuania plays, calm, cool, collected guy. You know, Lithuania arrived here in Puerto Rico. All 44 bags were missing, right? Didn't arrive with them. And his whole mentality was, well, we're here, what are we going to do, right? We're not going to complain, we still have to play. And right to it. Most coaches would have been so flustered and showed their frustration, and he was like, no, well, the bags aren't here. We have work to do.
The average person going on vacation would be losing their mind if their bags were lost for a day or 2.
Well, my bags didn't arrive here, and I was rattled, and all I had to do was sit over here and talk with you.
Meanwhile, Lithuania doesn't look bothered right now. They were missing a couple suitcases. Actually, I should say all suitcases.
All.
Not just a couple, as Jokubaitis misses the 3, and Sabonis cleans it up. Fans now starting to sing as they can feel it. So we're halfway through now, 4th period. Yassi for 3, off the mark. Rodriguez, Ibarra, Yassi. Open at the mid-range. Thought about it a couple times, probably should have shot it. He forced it inside to Ibarra, who got fouled.
Second personal foul number 10, as well as
Tubelis, excuse me, picks up the foul. Looking for Stoll. Instead finds Ibarra. Ibarra rolls the floater. That's pretty. Very impressed with what Ibarra has in his bag. He knows where he should be on the floor offensively. He's not going to leave the paint. And sometimes players could look at that as limitations. Sometimes it could be you know exactly who you are, and you're very self-aware. You play in your role within your system and within your role.
Well, you know, it's funny because in the world of this new era of basketball where analytics say 3-ball, 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 sometimes these players get away from exactly what you're talking about, just playing to your strengths. And your biggest weapon is if you armor your coach with a skill set. But if your coach can look down at you on the bench, whether you're the 12th man, whether you're the first man, and know I can get this out of you, he can always trust you.
Either on down low, bumping. Tough shot, and the foul is called, and that'll send Hidron to the line. Now, I've never played against Gabriel Hidron. It feels like you need an ice bath or two after dealing with it.
He is physical. He's not afraid to throw his weight around. And you know what it is? He gets the basketball. All he sees is hoop. He doesn't know how he's going to get there. Doesn't care how he's going to get there. If he has to run through a wall, he will do that.
This is his type of basketball game. You mentioned Lithuania just being super physical. Feels like Hidron would love to play with the Lithuanian basketball team and just bang around. Maybe he volunteers to practice with them tomorrow. He left it short on the second opportunity. You heard the crowd, the Lithuanian fan base who have made the trip here to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Just getting a little louder. Hidron. Excuse me, that's Dragonis for three, can't get it to go. And Stoll will push back the other way. 3:45 remaining in the game. Lithuania up big. James. We saw a lot of that in the first quarter. Got away from it. Here we go again here late in the fourth. Jokubaitis for three. We've now seen 4 teams play here in this tournament. Still have Cote d'Ivoire and the host Puerto Rico to go. One takeaway I have after seeing these 4 teams play here on game day 1, you're going to have to be able to guard a ball screen.
Yes, ball screen is, and it's funny because it creates so much, right? Use a ball screen, I can see it here. Mr. Chippy. Use those ball screens. These guards are so good. Sometimes you even have, Sabonis that can push the ball, sit in inverted screen, make plays. But that's where an advantage is created. Force the defense to shrink. Or you come off that ball screen and nobody picks up the roller. You're looking right at the basket.
Dragonis takes the foul to allow for substitutions. As Coach Marvidas will empty his bench.
Start the first game. Gallinari making a lot of plays in those around the free throw line where he would catch it, shot from 3 a couple times. Melly catching the basketball. Same plays in his bigs when they're catching it and they're rolling, they're making plays, they're passing. It's not just that initial pick and roll. It's that play after the second play that leads to the third play. But it opens up so much. Paul Saul's been great at it, right? He's usually the initiator, usually the assist guy as well. And we're also seeing with Lithuania, they have a number of guys that can just catch, pass, just skill. Right? And by skill, we're not talking about playing in Rucker Park where you can put the ball between your legs 3-4 times and cross guys over. It's the fundamentals of the game. Pass, shoot, make reads, cuts, finishing around the basket.
You can't play on this Lithuanian team if you do not know how to play without the basketball.
Yes, yes.
And oftentimes, the casual viewer will watch the basketball, as will everybody, even the more seasoned viewer of the game, tend to watch a lot of the basketball, but you really miss out on the beauty of what Lithuania does offensively by just staring at the ball and seeing where it is, because there's a lot of play off the ball in terms of back screening and cuts. They make you work defensively, and they make sure you feel them.
Yes, and we're talking about how physical they are, but offensively, it's almost, when you watch Lithuania play, the cuts, the off-ball cuts that they have, all the movement, it's almost like you're watching synchronized swimming. It is a form of art.
Dimsha will be open for 3. And within all those cuts, it just opens up the door for a lot of easier offensive rebounds. As Dimsha actually gave Piron, a shot to the face.
There's so much off-ball movement that the defense is constantly scrambling. And with that, those offensive rebounds, that's when Lithuania's crashing in and picking up. What is it that they have tonight? 8 offensive rebounds.
It feels like there's a lot more than that.
It does.
Saw that replay, and the reason why we had to stop and play as Piron ran into, Dimsha's head. And they collided. Seems like Piron's okay. We resume play with 2:10 remaining in the game. So Lithuania will go back-to-back in a very tough back-to-back as that shot drops for Israel Silva. His first jumper of the game, under 2 to play in the 4th. But a very tough back-to-back for Lithuania. They played the late game tonight. They'll play the early game tomorrow against Côte d'Ivoire. So less than 24 hours rest to play again. And that'll be interesting to see how they react to that. Now they will have 2 days off before the semifinal should they beat Côte d'Ivoire.
They've gone, and unfortunately for them, they've been able to go 10 deep tonight. Only one player has played over 25 minutes. And that's the bonus. He's used to going for 48 anyway, right? So he's all right. He's still fresh.
Silva has made his presence felt in the last couple of minutes, coming up with a steal that time defensively. Jaime with the floater. Maniunis. 3 off the mark. Ibarra pulls down the board. 54 points in the paint for Lithuania tonight. Silva. And another turnover here for Mexico. Lithuanian fans will be back in this arena less than 24 hours as they take on Côte d'Ivoire tomorrow night. We're going to get a review here with 1:12 remaining in the game. Let's listen into the official. Antonio Conde will walk us through what they see here.
We are going to check. We are going to check the direction of the play. Last player to touch the ball on the court. Okay, let's go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go back. Give me a central camera. Central camera. Yeah, this one. Slow-mo, green, 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 green. No touch, okay? Green, green, green. Green, out of bounds. Time is okay, so go ahead. To the end. So, okay, after the review, call is reversed. It's a white ball with 10 seconds in the shot clock. 10 seconds, yeah? It's 10 second shot clock, yeah? We change the direction. It's white ball, 10 seconds in the shot clock.
So there you have it. Mexico basketball after the review. And they'll have 10 seconds to shoot here. Last touch by Maniunis. Silva will inbound the basketball. Good opportunity to get a live look at an out-of-bounds play. Stoll pulls up for 3. Can't get it to fall. And Maniunis vacuums it in. Under a minute to play here in the 4th. Some sloppy basketball the last couple of possessions. Both teams just trying to get to the finish line. Piron uses the IMS screen. Hiron's going to have to work quickly. He'll pull for three, a deep one, and drills it. Less than 30 seconds to play now in the game. We've seen Lithuania flex their muscle on the other side for Mexico. A game first half, but unable to put it together in the back 20. We've also seen a little bit of history tonight as the youngest player in FIBA OQT history checking into the game, and Isaac Porras, 15 years old. Played a couple of minutes for Mexico and becoming the youngest player to do so in a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Unbelievable. Zavitas, his three not there. Offensive rebound short. Stoll will push and look to get a shot before the horn. Hiron at the buzzer and drills it. So back-to-back threes for Hiron to close the game as Mexico shrinks the lead to 12. They're going to review to make sure that Hiron got it off in time, but the result is academic. Right now, 96-84 is your score if the bucket counts.
We are going to review if the
no time left on the clock. We'll see the review. Here is the official, Antonio Conde.
Okay. One more. Go one back. So it's basket. After the review, the game clock didn't expire before release of the shot. So basket shall count 3 points. Confirm the decision. Yeah? Yeah. It was basket. It was basket. It was basket.
So count the basket for Hiron. But just window dressing at this time. As we take a look at the replay once again, it was confirmed this got off in time as Hiron splashes home the three to close the game. But a big win for Lithuania. 96-84 is your final score in this one as Lithuania take their first win here at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Puerto Rico. The stats here from the game, 96-84 the final score. Mexico finding the range finally from three-point range. Maybe that carries over into their next game against Cote d'Ivoire, but Lithuania just so dominant.
70% from two.
Unbelievable. Rebounding a little closer than it seemed as Lithuania really pounded Mexico on the glass throughout the game. Erdonis, the leading scorer with 21 points. Ibarra, 18 points, a top scorer for Mexico. Lithuania will have the quick pivot. Cote d'Ivoire is the next opponent in less than 24 hours. It's going to be the first game on match day 2. The second game we'll see we'll see host Puerto Rico taking on Bahrain. So here's the fans here from Lithuania who have made the trip. There are plenty of them. They are going to be celebrating in the streets of Puerto Rico tonight. And they get one more look at some of the great plays from this fourth period. If you're Mexico, you have to say, all right, our toughest game, so to speak, is off the table. Now we look forward, Cote d'Ivoire, and we have a break in between to first see them play and see what we could do to come away with the victory in that one.
There's a lot of positives that you can take from this game, that opening two quarters rather, for Mexico. And I think what they did get, they got a big time test in terms of the intensity that they're going to have to play with in game 2 for them. You've got to play at that level and more, right? Take a step forward. I thought there was a couple times where, Ibarra let the defense off the hook, and he's got to look at his first half and say, I can actually dominate, right? So going into your second game, that first half that he had where, back to the basket and everything he touched was gold, got to continue with that play. Paul Stoll, right? Big time assist, facilitating, orchestrating the offense for his team. Got to continue to have that, but consistency has got to be 40 minutes of intensity. And obviously you're not going to be playing against a team like Lithuania, but now you can be the big dog.
Lithuania on the other end, as we said, less than 24 hours from now, they will play their second game here, FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. They're expected to go into there as favorites. We'll see what Côte d'Ivoire has to offer. A team very athletic, can get up and down the floor. Let's see how Lithuania deals with that. So there's the results from Group A action. Lithuania topped the group after defeating Mexico 96-84. Italy topping Group B after defeating Bahrain, blowing them out in that one, their first game of the tournament. 2 more games on the way tomorrow. Lithuania and Côte d'Ivoire and host Puerto Rico get their tournament underway as they play Bahrain. Hope you enjoyed the action today. For my partner, Javon Shepard, I'm Carlin Gay. We will see you on match day 2 here from the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament in San Juan, Puerto Rico.